Okay, we're back with F1 2017 Championship mode. We're from Canada. We just had Monaco, in which we DNF'd and it didn't go very well. But we're gonna put that behind us because we're going to Montreal. This is a really good, really fun track. So I expect us to be pretty good. Where do we do this? Under here? Yeah, oh yeah, that's gonna be really fun. So there's your session settings. We do have a practice session. I'm gonna use that practice session to get the car dialed in. And yeah. Hopefully we can get the audio balanced.
Here we are, live in Montreal at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, where the teams are making final preparations before today's practice session gets underway. I'm here with Anthony Davidson once again. Nice to see you, Ant, and I wanted to ask you about how you go about improving the car over the course of a practice session. How much would you say is already known from the pre-race simulations? And how much do you have to do, how much do you have to work on with a real car on a real circuit?
Well, that's a good question, Crofty, and I suppose the simple answer is that there's no such thing as too much information. As you say, the bigger teams have very complex simulations, vast numbers of clever people crunching the numbers back at base, but what they can't tell you is stuff like how the track condition's going to be, or what the temperature's going to be doing over the course of the day, and how all of that's going to be interacting with the tyre. There are so many millions of tiny variables involved in getting these cars around a racetrack quickly, but the computer can't tailor the car to a driver's specific balance requirements. At some point, you still need to put a human being in there and have them feel it through the seat of their pants. And that's why we end up with different drivers having different setups. So what I'm trying to say is, Crofty, nothing beats on-track testing.
Thank you for the extremely unnecessarily long intro. Now we're doing a practice session to get the car dialed in, so we don't know what type of setup. Oh, you know what? That's right. I used to go to this. I would go to the Steam Workshop to get set up. So let's do that. So let's go to the Steam Workshop, shall we? F1 2017. Okay. So era. Oh, okay. We're looking specifically for location. Canada. Give us a bunch of setups. We'll just go for the Ferrari, but let's see. Ferrari. Canada Dry. Ferrari. Subscribe. So what I do is I hit subscribe, and I'll back out. Now I should be able to refresh this. We just grab that setup, the one at the very top. And how do I take a look at it? Ah, that button. So aerodynamics, transmission, suspension, stuff, brakes, all this stuff. Here's your setup. Yeah, ballast is something I wish they'd bring back. I think it was stupid to take that out. But anyway, let's just see how the car handles on 13.3 laps of fuel. And we'll just kind of go out and just get a general feel.
Okay, let's update the setup.
We'll do a flying lap. I guess we'll just go out on whatever tire. Looks like it's the soft tire. I have to remember 2017 tire compounds. They're different. So how's the car handle? It's been about a month. Been a month since I played this. The track. Oh, what?
That looks bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright.
Couldn't even reach the start-finish line. No, this is a practice session. I'm using this to get a feel for the car setup and get a feel for the game again. The handling is a bit weird to get used to at first. Let's just see how the lap evolves. I may have to take some of the ballast off because the rear is all over the damn place. Okay. Oh, that changes camera. Okay. How do I pause? No, why don't I do this? It's a little cheeky, but I just want to quickly find a setup. So, we'll take the same setup. I think we have to load the setup back in. There is just way too much ballast. I think 6 is usually a pretty good compromise. So let's just go out and try this one more time. Bear with me through this. Just trying to figure it out. Again, a little bit weird to get used to the handling, especially after I've been driving a Assetto Corsa a lot more lately. I've been driving a lot of F1 cars in Assetto Corsa, especially the 2022 cars. That regulations change coming up, so I'm gonna take a few corners to probably get used to this. Take a few laps to get the back end is very skatey. Okay, sorry, I'm taking the true Sebastian Vettel line through that corner. God, this car, okay. Oh my god! Whatever this setup is, it's awful. I disagree fully with this setup. Oh, there was no DRS zone here in 2017. Maybe this setup is an acquired taste. It takes a while to get used to it. Stoffel Van Dorn goes purple. Congratulations, Stoffel Van Dorn. The one purple lap of your life. My crappy lap in the Ferrari is going to be even slower than that, though. I'll be lucky to crack the 1 minute 20s. Okay, those curbs did not enjoy that. Yeah. I mean, if you can't see how just skittish the back end is, it's not very comfortable to drive. Just want something that I have confidence in. That's the main thing I'm looking for. The downshifts are kicking the rear. That's what's happening. Oh, Bottas, screw off. They can go the long way around. Gosh dang it. This car sucks. The setup is terrible. We're coming in. We gotta work on the setup. Aw, man. How far was I from 80 kph? This has not been a good practice session. Oh, wait. Before we have to deal with that animation. 2000 IQ. Alright, that's clearly not the setup. So let's try a different Steam Workshop setup. So we do this, this. That clearly was not the setup I was looking for. Yeah, I just jump right in and don't have a setup ready, but that's fine. Mercedes Canada. We'll try that one. Put a Mercedes setup on the Ferrari. Doesn't seem to really matter in this game, to be honest. All right, back out. Wait, oh wait, I didn't put this setup on, did I? Load. There it is. Yes.
Our best lap so far is a 1:20.9.
Shut up, Jeff! Shut up. I know how bad the lap time is. I don't need you to constantly remind me every 10 seconds of this session. We're like dead last, aren't we? Because we don't have a lap time on proper representative lap time on the board yet. One thing I'll point out is look how awkward and square those tires look. Yeah, the tires were not very pretty looking in 2017. It's something Codemasters didn't quite get right for them until next year's game. After this. People loved their ballast back in the day.
Kimmy's
Before they
currently
removed it.
P2.
Then they removed it. It's actually a good way to get rotation, but man, the cars were very slippery on grip. This Mercedes setup is much better. See how the back end is all over the place in that corner? Well, we could be dealing with that in the whole race. It feels slow. Like that corner felt slow. It feels like it should be faster through there than that, but I feel like I've tried to attack it any faster than that. I'm not going to make the corner, or I'm going to crash into the wall. Oh, what in the titty sprinkles? No, flashback. It's a practice session. It doesn't matter. Ooh, this will give me a chance to time the braking here. I say as I don't time the braking. Okay, let's just keep flashing back until we figure it's braking out. This is a very difficult braking zone. I actually got a worse exit than I had when I got on the grass. Anyway, no one's behind me. I can just kind of feel this out. God, that bump is absolutely brutal. That curb just rattles the crap out of my steering wheel. See how the back end is so lively? That's the ballast. If it's something else, I'll be shocked. I didn't even look at the setup before I went in. I just jumped right in with the setup. It's pretty good through that chicane there. A little bit loose, but yeah, it's just way too loose at the back end for my taste. And I like a car that oversteers a little bit more than understeers, but this is just too much. This is just too wild. There's no real confidence in it. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, turn up the differential. Granted, that's an on-throttle differential because that's the only thing you can change from inside the car. I don't like this setup right now. It is not very stable. I can't push. Basically, I can't push on the setup. I just can't push on it. And it's the back end is too alive. It's just way too alive. But now I may try a different setup because this isn't working. This just isn't working. Wait. No, God damn. Give me back the tablet. Get back the tablet right now. Give it back. Yes. Now, oh my sweet lordy Lou, it was at 8. Guy had a freaking 8 ballast. No wonder there's no traction. Look at the tire pressure differences. Okay, this is where we're having some problems. I don't mind the roll bar.
Saying, but don't be too greedy on the throttle coming out of the turn 10 hairpin. It can trick you into thinking you've nailed the perfect line, then you get on the power and understeer into the barrier. Be a bit patient, or take a later apex here. Our best lap so far
What's
is
turn 10?
1 minute 50.
Put super softs on. Everyone else is doing lap times in super soft. What's turn? Oh, I know what the hairpin is. I know what he's talking about. The hairpin where Ricardo is right there. That's the hairpin he's talking about. Okay, let's go on track and see how this changed works. This guy had like a hot lap setup, and it's not very comfortable to drive. It's all over the damn place, and the camber and everything is all over the place. No wonder I have no stability. Bring back like a setup that we ran in Australia or China or somewhere earlier in the season. I'm trying to think of a track that we had a really good setup for.
Kimmy's currently in P6, 6th place.
This seems to be working pretty good. That was pretty stable through the chicane. The biggest thing is I'm looking for is stability on the brakes and stability over the curbs while maintaining that good turn-in. Kind of a blind corner. This corner sucks so much. See that I was actually able to put more throttle in on that corner because the rear is stable. Who would have ever guessed? That's the hairpin Jeff was talking about. Being careful because we could understeer into the wall, and that's kind of embarrassing. Dove it in way too quick. It's pole position. I'm just kidding. We barely even improved.
Your last lap moved you into P13.
God, that's abysmal. Just gonna drive. Does anyone actually expect us to be faster than Mercedes on this track? This is a Merc track if there ever was one. Slipstream! Give me the slipstream. Who is that ahead? Doesn't matter because they're going to the pits. That's much more representative pace. Starting to get more comfortable with the car. Much more confident final corner. Keep it close.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
I don't think our pace here is very good. be fair, I don't really feel confident about the pace and about the car, but didn't even look at the conditions for the rest of the weekend. If we have a wet qualifying or something like that. No idea. Kimmy is still faster than us.
Kimmy's currently in P5.
I'm right behind him in P6, but on a softer, technically faster tire, so it doesn't really seem to matter. Thinking about a deeper line into the hairpin.
Fuel is marginal. We're close to using up the load. Pit in within 2 laps. Box this lap, please.
I
Box
knew
this
he
lap.
was going to say box this lap. No, Jeff, you can't make me. Yeah, I don't know if I've hit my limit on pace. I forgot that engine braking is more important and vital than using the actual braking force of the brakes to slow the car down. It's fair enough. I gave up some time, I guess.
You've moved up and into P4.
Alright, back to the pits. Let's take a look at our lap times, our sector times, and I was going to look at something else. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't aerodynamics, was it? Maybe it was aero. So are we slower in the fast
Our
straight
best
line
lap
sections?
so far is a 1:14.7.
In the first sector, the third sector, what are we doing? Pretty similar lap times. We're a little bit off pace. Sector 2, which is mostly, maybe we could put more downforce on the car. This is going to be a tough track. It's going to be a tough track. We could put a little more on the car, or 3.5. Let's go for 5.6. 5.6 wings. That's pretty aggressive for Canada, but we're missing out in the middle sector. Let's. Oh, I didn't change tires, did I? It's fine. Minimal changes. Car is a little bit more stable with the higher angles of wing. means we're going to have to absolutely fly through any of these chicanes if we want to make up for the added downforce. It's going to help us out on the brakes, though. And in traction areas. So this is the middle sector where we're so weak. I wonder if a ballast change is in if we should call for a ballast change. That might help. So this is where the extra wing is probably going to come into effect, but we also have the DRS, which will kind of negate some of the wing. God, I'm terrible at that last chicane. Always happened in this game. Got a wheel on the grass. See how there's just no traction? And the car is just all over the place. The rear is stepping out that corner. Is there really 42 seconds left to practice? Can I save this setup and then... Or are we stuck with this setup? Because I'm going to restart the practice session. Oh no! We're stuck with it.
Top three again are Bottas, Perez, and Lewis Hamilton.
All right. I guess we're stuck with this setup. Unless you want to change to ballast before qualifying, so that's a risk. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna change. All right, here's what we're gonna do, because we're not qualifying to qualify. We're qualifying for the race, and then we're focused on the race.
Ready for an exciting qualifying session as the teams make their
Is it gonna
final
rain?
preparations here in Canada. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk, and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction, and over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Okay.
Okay, you should be able to get into the next qualifying session easily, so try to get a hot lap in early so we can save the tyres.
So here's the setup. Just so you know, this is the setup that we're running. I'm gonna try and save this setup as Canada 1. Hit accept. Now, what I was thinking of doing is less ballast, like 3. Less aero, but more front wing. So 4-3. And then, oh man, I don't remember what I was gonna do for. So maybe stiffen the roll bar, but maybe make it 9-10. And that is my changes. Oh, and we need to take fuel out of the car. It's qualifying session. So those are the changes I'm thinking of making. And once we make them, we got to stick with them. But that's what I'm going to do. Tire, obviously ultra soft. How much time is remaining in the session? There's plenty of time. It's Q1, so yeah, we can accelerate. There's usually a ton of time available in Q1. We can go out whenever everyone leaves the track. But honestly, you kind of do want a little bit of a slipstream here, so go out and yeah, I know.
All set. Everyone clear?
These
Go
are,
to track.
that's the gamble I'm taking, is that, oh, I didn't check the weather, but it looks like it's dry enough and it's ultra soft tires and everything. But that's the gamble I'm taking in not changing, in making those changes instead of sticking with what we had. But I'm making the changes that I'm making. So just hoping it works out in my favor. Someone's going across the line. Don't know where they are. It's Verstappen. Pull out of Verstappen's way. He might be on an in lap, but I don't want to get in his way. I'm on an out lap. I got all the time in the world. The new world champion, Max Verstappen, in 2021. Would you have told him that in 17? Taking my time here. Alright, let's load it up. Firing our laser here in qualifying. I'm firing my laser. The red laser Ferrari. Alright, here we go. First qualifying lap, first real push lap. I'm glad I got out of Verstappen's way. Hopefully I didn't slow him down too much. It looks like that was a qualifying lap. Push lap anyway. Car feels much more planted. But we've been pretty good in that first sector, so this is the sector we struggle in. I just can't find any purchase through there. Car just didn't grip up. Didn't slow down, didn't grip up. I'm not that concerned about it because we would get through Q1 anyway. It's not like that was this is a lap to determine pole position. Verstappen, you gotta go into the pits or something. Give me a bit of a slipstream on the way down. So that's a nice slipstream, but still a distraction. And it's P2, of course, with a corner cut. We're 3/10 off Hamilton with the corner cut. And Verstappen give me a nice tow during Q3. Just like that. We lost a ton of time here though too, so the chicane kind of makes up for the mess up on that chicane. Cutting this chicane. To be honest, this chicane is such a hard chicane. It's so awkward and tight.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Very awkward corner. It'd be nice if EA would help Codemasters redo all the tracks so they can just upgrade the look of them and the feel of them, make them a little more accurate. So good pit lane entrance, but we're going to skip the animation because we don't need all that. This is a video game after all. Alright, so we are... Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Back out. Thank you. I just want to see what the sector times are, what the split is. Second, we're faster in the first sector. We're not that far behind in the third sector, which I think doesn't include the chicane cut. But we're well behind in the middle sector. The middle sector's been our weak sector the whole weekend, but you can just basically accelerate through this session, as we're going to be guaranteed to go through the Q2. And we are. P2. Hamilton improved his time at the end, but anyway, I don't really care that much about that. We're probably not going to win this weekend. Mercedes look like they have great pace. I'm picking Hamilton to win this race. So it's my expectation. I didn't look at the weather. Weather is going to be nice and dry for the race as well. Okay. So, new set of ultra soft tires, I think. We're going to go out and set a time soon. Yep, new set. We can go out and set a time soon, or we can kind of wait. I think we have enough pace to get through anyway. Let's go set a first time. Wait. Let's go out later.
Track
Let's let
is
them,
pretty empty right now. Lots of space.
yeah, let them go out, rubber in the track, do their thing. And then we can go out with about 9 to 8 minutes remaining. Alright, let's go on the track, drive
Check's
out.
complete. We're ready.
This allows me to control my pace and control where I am in relation to traffic. Ooh. Whoops. Just get a warning for that. I mean, I did it right at the very end of the pit lane, where the white line is. Be a penalty. Or a fine, rather. Just fine Sebastian Vettel for that. Ooh, Verstappen goes P1. Don't expect Red Bull to have that kind of pace here, though. Did Mercedes try and use like a harder compound of tire? So I didn't look. I had a hunch about using that much ballast around here, and I was right. People will be saying, Martin Brundle in the commentary booth, oh, you have to start his tires on that lap. Or start his race on those tires. His tires on that lap. His tire. Start the race on the tires he's doing this lap on. That was absolutely rough. I don't know if you can hear the steering wheel. That was how rough that is.
Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
Well, I blitzed it on that one. I don't know if you could consider that cutting the chicane at the end of the lap. Basically ran over the sausage curbs. They punished the hell out of my hands. Have we had pole this year? Did we have pole somewhere?
There's only one lap of fuel remaining. Okay, we can take you this lap.
Just testing my radio by telling Jeff I'm going to box this lap. Downshifting slows you down so well in this game. Or engine braking. Ocon is in third. We may have to start the race on these tires, which is fine with me. Just try and pull away early in the race. good with the pit entry. Okay. So I'm doing pretty well now. Starting to get settled in. I had a good hunch about ballast, and my hunch was right. That change to ballast has made a huge difference. We may not even need to do another qualifying lap, but this is where it's going to be interesting. Wow. Merck's really not performing in this session on the ultra soft tires. So, everyone looks to be starting the race, but I'm gonna be cheeky. I'm gonna try something. Because I think it's super soft will be the next compound. Would it not be? Yes. Alright, let's try this super soft compound at the end of the session, see if we can go faster. If we can, it's fine. I don't know. You could save that super soft tire compound for the race, but everyone's not going out just yet. You have plenty of time to go out. Let's go out now.
All complete.
Try something.
Please stand clear. We're ready to go.
Put in a qualifying lap on these tires. They won't disintegrate in the race just because I did a qualifying lap on them. There goes Hamilton. See the yellow helmet in the car, so that's obviously Lewis. Don't cross the white line. So close to that wall. Whew. Imagine that with more rearward ballast, with even higher ballast setting. That's why I took the ballast off, because it's just too much. I'm gonna find out if this tire can perform well enough. Can it outperform that ultra soft tire later?
let's go. Okay, we should be good on tyres for a while. The wear doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Just take care when you load them up. Tyre wear rates are lower than we expected. There's only one lap of fuel remaining. So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 12.8. All clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave. Kimmy's P7 right now.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top three. Vettel, Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. Hello and welcome, where it's all eyes on the grid and the final preparations ahead of today's championship race. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. As the drivers complete their preparations down below us on the grid, one man who's no stranger to the pre-race pressure is Anthony Davidson, who joins me in the commentary box today. Great to have you with us, Ant. I'm sure you can tell us all about what goes through a driver's head before lights out.
From the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn one. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Ricciardo, Sergio Perez and Ocon, Raikkonen, Verstappen, Sainz and Jolyon Palmer, Kvyat, Massa, Fernando Alonso and Magnussen, Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Marcus Ericsson and Lance Stroll, Van Dorn and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy. Everything looks good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch. the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. The gap to teammate is 9.5 seconds.
Drove it in a bit hot, but I can get the better exit. By just going a bit deeper, I can get it straightened out faster. How long they go on the ultras for behind us.
The gap behind us is 3.0 seconds.
Probably going to lap 13, something like that. And they pit. Taking these to lap 21. It's a gamble, but I think one stop is the way to go. It's going to be faster, easier to do. And I think we'll manage quite well on the one stop. Hamilton's already back behind us a ways. Ooh, just drove it in a bit too hot. We get over a lap of fuel, we'll start running in standard. Like standard throughout the whole lap. I'm going to manage the fuel just a little bit. Of course, if there's a safety car, then I managed all this fuel. That's why I don't want to manage too much more than a lap worth right now. Already cleared Bottas by 8 seconds. Second a lap over Bottas. As we know, it's kind of easy to save fuel. Yep, managing it pretty much perfectly. Very effectively. Almost at a lap. Backup fuel in the green. And Hamilton's still in touching distance. He's in that distance where if I make a mistake, a costly mistake, he's going to pick up the pieces. Say fuel up to lap 12, 13, then we'll start putting in standard for just all the laps after that. Get that chicane wrong so many times. Alright, let's just leave it standard here.
15.8 seconds.
Whoa. Just 58 laps to go. They might be thinking about coming in soon. I know I'm not. But I'm pretty certain they're going to run a two-stop behind me. Although this is an easy one-stop. I guess the AI will go with what they think is faster. Just pulling the pin now. Time to just go. Car seems pretty good. I'm really satisfied with my setup changes. Those were brilliant. Made a huge difference in terms of my confidence and comfortability. Woo! That downshift kicked the rear so much. Oh, the car is going. It's like the tires are going. God, I'm really making mistakes now. What is going on? Tires aren't that knackered, but Hamilton's right back in it. Oh, God. That's why we have fuel saved up for this moment right here.
Okay, distance to teammate, 15.3 seconds.
This car is not giving me comfortability. Oh!
Okay, clear.
Hamilton is out. He's out.
We're at +1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target +1.
He blew an engine. Well, that's an interesting one. This championship just got very, very interesting now. We can really pull a gap now.
Caution, caution.
He was parked up right there, and they moved that car
They're
pretty
approaching
quickly.
the pit window. You'll be on the ultra softs.
No. Uh-oh.
Roger that. Soft tires at the next pit stop.
We're gonna go one stop on soft tires. Don't we have to go to 25? Lap 25. We can carry these to lap 25. Pace is good. Now I don't have pressure from Hamilton. That engine blowing up was just rotten luck for him. Poor timing. Very poor timing for that to happen. Great for me.
Kimmy is pitting now. Kimmy is in the pits.
We have a huge gap to Kemi, so completely fine with just staying out, taking these tires as deep as we can. Especially what if there's a safety car between now and our pit window. take my time. Ease into this.
The pit window has opened. Okay, we're ready for you. Box this lap.
Not this lap. Watch the tire wear. You can go further on this tire. So I'm going to do exactly that. Again, the game plan is to take these tires to lap 25. To the end of lap 25 or end of lap 24. We'll just see where the tires are at by that point, and then we're going to put on a set of softs. So from there, we're going to go to the end. Unless there's like a safety car or something like that. And we don't get held up by Verline either. It's good, we don't have to worry about him. Taken to the end of lap 25. This is a stress-free race now. No challengers around us. Biggest thing is getting rid of blue flag cars pretty quickly and getting past them as quickly as possible. Other than that, this is a pretty stress-free race. One more lap on these tires and we'll pit. See what the pace is like as we cross the line. I mean, pace isn't pretty bad on old, worn tires, so stay out if we wanted to. Kimmy's going faster. You might argue that I just avoid these blue flag cars by pitting now. But I'm going to stay out. So I'm not close enough yet. Just going to catch us McLaren in this Sauber. As soon as I catch them, I gotta hope they get out of the way, but they're doing their own little fight up ahead. Someone's gonna get a penalty for not getting out of the way for blue flags. K-Mag is out.
Green flag.
And we're in. New set of tires. I think I gave Van Dorn a penalty. By him, but that's his own fault for not getting out of my way. So we're in. And we should come out. It's not going to tell us now because we've done our pit stop. But let's see.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
I was just wondering if it was going to be close between myself and Ricardo.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are
It is kind of close, but we have the gap on him. But the tires are a little cold, and it's soft tires, so that's what sucks. Find out if Ricardo has pace on us. Didn't Ricardo's first win come in Canada? I can't remember. I know he won here 1 year. I want to say it was 2016 or something like that.
So the gap to our teammate is 7.8 seconds.
Now, of course, they're going to have to stop again. Ricardo.
Okay, this is Jeff. Can you hear me? There's a fair amount of damage to the front wing. We suggest you come in as soon as possible, rather than risk it getting worse.
Okay. Please throw a safety car. Oh,
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us.
I completely
Would you like
beached
to
it.
keep to the current plan or try the new one?
Bend it right off the wall.
Okay, copy that.
Whatever.
Caution, caution.
Might as well knock the rest of the wing.
Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now. We don't currently have the data for that request.
I'm trying to set the... Oh my god.
The track is clear. Green flag. Copy that. Super softs for next box.
Just came in too. Cold freaking soft tires, man. Alright, well, we're gonna have to scratch a podium out of this one because I don't think we're gonna win this race. Oh, that's such a freaking stupid mistake to make. Was I in rich mix? I don't even freaking know anymore. Holy shit, man. I just freaking bend it. Alright, we're gonna try and take these tires to the end. What is the gap to our teammate? Where is that information? Oh god. Terrible with the controls.
Kimmy is in P3. The gap to teammate is 27.7
Yeah.
seconds. They're on old ultra softs. The time last lap was a 1:16.3.
I'm so mad at myself for making that mistake. Oh well. I'm taking these to the end. Golly! Can I screw up any harder?
Our gap to our teammate is 29.0 seconds.
Yeah, the car isn't performing very well in the harder compounds.
Our gap to the car in front is 7.4 seconds.
Should be able to grab a podium out of this, but yeah, I'm pretty pissed that we've thrown it away. Can I get some damn traction, please? God. Going for broke. And monitor these tires and see if we can take it to the end. If not, we'll throw in a set of ultra softs and just blitz it. "40 laps is a long way for this tire to go, but the ultra softs went 25 easily and didn't even hit 50% wear, so I think these tires can do it." A safety car would be... I need a safety car. Care about the car behind.
Okay, gap ahead is 5.1 seconds.
Care about the car ahead. And how fast I can catch him.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Super soft tires are starting to come into their own.
Some information on Palmer. They've got a serious car issue.
Throw a damn
Looks like
safety
they're
car.
retiring. Yellow flag.
I don't see how that's not a safety car. It's parked up right there, and that could still be dangerous.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. Gap to car in front is 2.6 seconds.
Well, I knew we would catch the Force Indias fast. I knew that would happen. But can we catch Raikkonen and Bottas and Ricardo in that bunch? We'll be able to catch Kimi pretty easily. So podium should be pretty handy for us. Question is, can we get P2, P1? Got plenty of laps to do it. The key is just to not make another pit stop for us. To not have to pit again is the objective right now. If we can avoid that, we'll be fine. It's Gamble trying to take the super softs to the end, but it's basically an ultra soft to super soft stint now, which is a pretty wild thing to do. The soft tire only did a couple laps before we crashed. DRS is mine. Whew, that scared me. I had to cut it. I had to cut it.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
won't go faster than that lap because I cut the chicane. You know I'm not intentionally trying to cut chicanes and stuff like that to make a move or anything.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.6
But it was either that or run into the back of him. And I've already smashed a front wing into the wall and losing traction in turn 1, so. Just checking on Perez. I don't know what's going on, but it's like getting really.
The gap to the leader is 24.5 seconds.
It's getting really choppy, losing frames. It scared the crap out of me because I thought the game crashed. I was like, are you serious? Don't tell me we've done this for nothing. No, we're fine. Gotta get that DRS. I'm there at the detection line, so I know I'm gonna get it now. Man, you guys are so slow into that braking zone. It's catching me off guard every time. How's that not damage? Incredible. They replaced that last front wing with an even sturdier, tougher front wing. Bump into me. Because he can bump into me as long as he gives me the DRS. Doesn't give me damage in the process either. Alright, we're going after Bottas now. Oh, DRS is going to be disabled. It's going to be offline.
DRS will be offline. There's a fault with the rear wing system. Stay out. We can work
It's a
on
good thing I
fix
used it
remotely.
when I did. Now the real race begins. The race for the podium positions. And to see if these tires can make it another 30 laps. That's going to be the real test. They haven't even been on a full 10 laps yet. So I think I'm basically asking them to do 35 laps. Something like that. close to it. 33 laps on this tire. Gonna have tire preservation skills. Trying to reel in Bottas. Because I know those guys are doing it in 2 stops, so they're gonna have to stop again, trying to get within their pit window. Oh, and Kimmy's in.
Kimmy is in the pits. Kimmy
I'm
is
already
pitting.
within their pit window, but I need to get as far into it as possible because they're going to be, not going to be able to go on another set of ultra softs. They're going to have to pick a different tire to get to the end. They've done the 2-stop from ultra soft to ultra soft, so Kimmy's going to be on something else, probably super soft. Comes out ahead. Actually, just went past. So he still has the gap on me. And fresher tires. Does he have raw pace?
Our gap to the car in front is 6.2 seconds.
Car in front is Raikkonen. We'll see if this works out for us.
The race leader.
Okay. Let's make him not the race leader. My question is, has he stopped already? I don't think he has. But he's gonna have to make a second stop. That's why this phase is so critical, that we get that gap down as much as possible. We can actually end up racing these guys. Without having to do as much chasing as possible. So you're going to lose time in the pits.
Okay, gap ahead is 4.4
More
seconds.
of these lapped cars. Give me the DRS. Please get out of the way, Ericsson. Don't make this difficult for me. Of course you have to. Wouldn't be an F1 game without it. And that's a McLaren in front. Oh, and more traffic out of the pits.
The car behind has started to drop back. There's a gap beginning
So
to
much
form.
freaking fun. With all these cars coming out of the pits and having to put them a lap down. Stroll in his home race. Sorry, Stroll, but you're gonna have to go a lap down. You need to get out of my way. I'm gonna get DRS.
9.3 seconds.
Come on, Stroll, move. Gosh dang it. Whoa, Alonso, what the hell? Okay, Alonso got that completely wrong. We have to think about fuel here so we have something to fight with toward the end.
Kimi is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 4.3 seconds. You're gaining by 1/10 a lap. They're on fresh super softs. The time last lap was a 1 minute 15.5.
It's not a ton to be gaining. A 10th a lap. It's just, that's not enough. But we'll see by the end of the race. Remember, he's not going to stop again. He's done his last stop. So we're just going to have to catch him on raw pace. So that's what we got to do here. God, that's close to the wall.
Behind us is 8.6 seconds.
Pushing the limits with the car. Just trimming up the grass around the curve there. I don't think the groundskeepers did a good enough job, so I trimmed it for them.
Okay, car behind is now running the super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car behind.
Throwing it into that chicane at the time. And it's pretty matched pace, I think, between myself and Kimi. Right now, we're matching each other. That's the true Sebastian Vettel line. I looked up and I saw Ricardo was behind me.
You need to slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty.
Oh, shut up, Jeff. Am I the one being given blue flags? Because there's no way it can't be me. It's gotta be someone behind.
Ricardo is behind you. The gap to the car behind is 8.1 seconds. They're on fresh super softs. The time last lap was a 1:17.0.
So he's on fresh super soft, so he just pit. This may come down to me and Kimi. I'm struggling with the tires now. Car just doesn't feel very good right now. It's not turning in as well. We gotta do 20 more laps on this tire. That means holding back Ricciardo and chasing down Raikkonen for 20 laps. Is the gap to Kimi? He's extended it. Imagine that. My poor driving has not helped. Maybe we can catch. I mean, Kimi's tires aren't that much fresher than mine, if you think about it. No reason we can't do this. Kimi went really early, I think, onto a second set of ultras. So just holding Ricciardo back right now. If I can catch Kvyat and get some DRS off of him, that'd be critical. I think I'm gonna get it. Yes. Give me that DRS. That in the slipstream is gonna help. I'm not going to catch him before the chicane, though. What a great time to pull off out of the way. It's just very distracting to do that like that. I see Kimi in the distance.
Kimi is in first position. P1. Okay, distance to teammate 3.7 seconds. They're on fresh super softs. The time last lap was a 1 minute 15.5.
Kimi's lapping faster than we are. By that metric, at least. Starting to find the pace.
You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident.
Oh, piss off. It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. Conspiracy against me. They don't want me to win. If I get past Raikkonen, I gotta pull a 3-second gap. We gotta start pushing it. Push it we will. Well, I know because of the last lap I'm the fastest man on track. So we know that.
That's Kimi ahead. The gap to the car ahead is 2.4 seconds. You're gaining by 8 tenths. 8 tenths. They're on old super softs. The time last lap was a 1:50.
The hell was that? Why did the car do that there? The rear's locked up on me. I don't think I can push any more than this. I'm giving it all. We have to get hell when we get past Raikkonen, if we get past Raikkonen. Just pull away. We have 15 laps to do so. We haven't even really caught him yet. Gotta save that fuel. I can't afford to just burn fuel away. I'm gonna sit back here and see if we can get past him. Then we'll use it. So I know I'm pretty good in the first sector, so I'm gonna save some fuel just so we can use it. Plus I've got slipstream, a distant slipstream. I don't really care anymore. I got this. If I can just get in his slipstream, I got this. Then I just have to pull away. That's just the point of having the fuel, is to pull away once we do that. Just gotta hope we have enough tire left. We're not within DRS, so just hold on to your horses. Your prancing horses. Ah! I think we've given it hell, but I don't think I have any more in the tank for this. I just don't think we have this. Screwing up too much just to give myself a chance. I can't even get within DRS. Alright, we're gonna burn it on the straights, and then we're gonna save it back in the corners. At least in the first sector. It's our only chance of getting back in this. I don't have it. Kimmy's got me beat. Cars all over the damn place.
Okay, this is Jeff. I need you to stop cutting. Got that confirmed?
Mostly I'm just frustrated. Maybe they can hold up Kimmy. Maybe they hold up Kimmy a little bit. Let's see. That has to be my hope. I just don't have enough laps to get past him and then pull away. No, don't pass. Don't let him pass. Middle finger to the FIA. Aww. Now I gotta be careful because Bottas will pass me on penalties. Come on, Hulkenberg, move. They've held up Kimi nicely, though. I'm burning it, burning the fuel. All right. We're gonna have rich mix. We're gonna burn it all. We might get Kimi. Oh, he's got DRS too, doesn't he? Oh. We have to pull out like a second a lap on him. This should be an easy pass for me. Ooh, or not. Or yes. Did Kimi crash? He crashed it. Well, we're gonna win this. I didn't hit him, so he crashed on his own accord. Can't wait to see what happened. Well, I'm not going to thumb through the whole replay, so actually, I don't think we're going to see what happened. I must have spooked his AI. or something. That back marker traffic really helped out, so we could catch him in the first place.
Okay, some information on Raikkonen. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
That's big points for Ferrari out the window if he retires. Could you imagine DRS going offline and I needed it? I don't need it, but it is offline. So one stop from ultra soft to super soft is definitely possible. Good to know. Three more laps. My goodness. If we can survive the 3 laps. I can't afford another 3-second time penalty. I stay informed with that gap behind. Not the cleanest driving in the world in this one, but we should be able to take this. Final lap. We're gonna win. Yes! Woo! Grazie ragazzi. Not the greatest machine today, but it was the fastest. Not the greatest performing. Well, at least the greatest performing driver behind the wheel. But good enough. We take victory. And we take maximum points.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari.
So, we kind of lucked into that win. At least Kimi gets the podium. But with Kimi's, I guess, crash, he looks mad. With Kimi's crash and with his, I guess, whatever his issue was, as well as Hamilton's retirement.
It's a good
Pretty easy
result
win.
for Sebastian Vettel, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Probably Stoffel Van Dorn. You know, strong pace, good work with the strategy, just a very complete drive, I think.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
Oh my goodness. Look at all of the warnings and everything from me. And then look at Kimi. He had a collision with Hulkenberg on that lap. And you can look at our tire strategy. We used all the dry compound tires. We were ultra soft. See the laps here. And then we went to set of soft tires for 2 laps before we put on the set of ultra softs that we took through the end. View the replay. I do want to see that race start because we had a really good start with Hamilton. I don't know what we're looking at, but it's not the race start. I hate this corner. There's no traction there. Intense first lap. Oh, Kimmy getting loose out of there. It's me getting loose. There's no way that I'm going to be able to skip to the end to see the incident with Kimmy. So I'm just going to assume he crashed. But I think we go to Baku next, and that's never been a really particularly good track for me. So I do actually expect to legitimately struggle at Baku. Hopefully we don't crash out in Baku, but I think that's next on the calendar. Am I correct? It is. Let's try 93 difficulty for this one, and we can always... But I went to 95 for Canada and still won the race, so I mean, I guess this AI difficulty just isn't enough for me.
Welcome to the Baku City Circuit, where free practice for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix is about to get underway. This is a technical circuit which will nonetheless see some huge speeds with a near flat-out final sector that's twice the length of Shanghai's back straight. Let's see who can find the right balance in their setup today. A warm welcome once again to the man standing beside me in the commentary box for this session, Anthony Davidson. Hello, Ant. Excited to get underway?
Yeah, absolutely. I always look forward to seeing the cars get out there on track. And they probably won't be on the limit immediately, of course. We know that one or two of the teams are looking to do some work on new aerodynamic packages, so that always takes some time to get into. But it'll be really interesting to see later on in the session what kind of performance gains are there to be found.
Alright, we're not gonna be doing Baku tonight. We're not doing this tonight. But this is what's coming up. So I was right. We do have Baku. We'll just go to the main menu. But I'm going to cut it right here before we go to the main menu. Because the menu music has been giving me copyright strikes on YouTube. So I gotta watch that. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. We'll be back with Baku. I can't tell when. I don't have a time table. But we'll be back with that with the next